A message to Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Prince Harry and Meghan, no one, and I mean no one, should ever force you to have a relationship with any single person who is toxic to you and your mental health. Now, members of the squad, I want to say this. When someone chooses to end a relationship with a family member, it is not an easy decision or based on one thing. Often, the relationship has ended after many rounds of forgiveness and trying to make their relationship work. When you encounter someone who has decided to let go of a relationship that disturbs their peace, cause them mental or emotional distress, offer them grace instead of your opinion. And members of the squad also, I want to say this. Forgive your parents only work if 1. They show contrition. 2. They aren't actively hurting you in the present. Otherwise, it's telling people to be quiet about harm from parents solely because they are your parents. It's empty deification that's masking a lack of trust and intimacy. Now, members of the squad, let's look at these two conditions. The first one, they show contrition. Thomas Markle, has he shown contrition? He hasn't. He has a YouTube channel dedicated to insulting Prince Harry and Meghan. Just a few days ago, he was quoting President Donald Trump and Piers Morgan's interview. Just a few days ago, insulting someone he calls a daughter, Meghan, and Prince Harry, labeling them all manner of names that even I cannot mention in this podcast because those were disgusting words, insults directed at Harry and Meghan. Imagine picking the side of the people that bully and insult your daughter, of people that have played a part in driving your daughter, someone you call a daughter, to the point of wanting to take her own life. That is what Thomas Markle has done. And Meghan owes Thomas Markle nothing. Fathers do not own their daughters, with all due respect, members of the squad. If you are a good person, you will be in their lives. But Thomas Markle is not a good man. Now, members of the squad, I was thinking about this just, a few hours ago, and I say to myself, how can you go and ask someone that, hey, look, I think we should maybe be able to, sit down and mend this rift, while in the same sentence, insulting Harry and Meghan, in the same bracket of you asking for healing, you're also insulting them at the same point. Now, members of the squad, how would you take it if you were in that position? Whether it's a partner or someone close to you comes to you and says, hey, look, I want us to heal our rift. I want us to mend this broken relationship that we now have. And then proceeds to throw insults towards you, calling you all manner of names, telling you how you are being controlled by, how you are controlling your husband, your own child. You're saying that your own child is somehow controlling your husband, quoting the tabloid line that somehow, hey, look, that Meghan is controlling Prince Harry. That's the narrative that has been spread by the tabloids. And now Thomas Markle has been happy to resuscitate time and time again. That same person, does he really want a relationship with Prince Harry and Meghan? He doesn't. He does not want a relationship with Prince Harry and Meghan. The one thing that Thomas Markle wants is money. That is the only thing that Thomas Markle is loyal to, money. Any single person. Imagine a person who also goes on national TV. I think it was Sunshine or Sunrise TV. He went there. And what did he say? He said that he actively collaborated with people who wanted to stop his own daughter's wedding to Harry. Think about that for a second. A parent would want his daughter, his child, to be happy. Even in that, Thomas Markle himself has failed even in that. Any parent would dream of watching her child to be happy. And any parent would do every single thing in their power to make sure that their child is happy, safe, and protected. Has Thomas Markle done that? No, he hasn't. As a matter of fact, he has assisted the same people bullying his daughter day in, day out, to the point of driving her to think about, contemplate, to take her own life. He has worked with them. He has spread misogyny towards Meghan on their behalf, with these tropes that Meghan is somehow controlling Prince Harry, those misogynistic tropes that he's been using. Because the tabloids can't stand, they've never seen in their lives someone who would leave, a castle and go all the way to California, Montecito, to live, a happy life, instead of choosing one with misery, but having money. They've never ever seen that. They've never seen true love. For instance, the Queen's sister, Princess Margaret, she suffered. She was deprived of the person that she loved. And she lived a sad, sad life. They wanted the same thing for Harry. They wanted that. Because every single thing, one thing that you should know about the tabloids is that they want to destroy Harry and Meghan. I think that's very, very much clear to every single person. They want to destroy Harry and Meghan. And right now, they don't have a way in to Prince Harry and Meghan's life. And they are looking for a way in to Prince Harry and Meghan's life. And they're trying to do every single thing in their power to get a way in to Prince Harry and Meghan's life. They're doing everything. Even now, resulting to emotional blackmail by saying, hey, Thomas Markle has suffered a stroke. Meghan needs to contact him. Meghan needs to go by his bedside. Imagine someone like contacting someone who calls himself Thomas Markle's daughter, the likes of Samantha Markle, and actually saying that, hey, look, why can Meghan just go ahead and be at Thomas Markle's bedside when Samantha Markle herself isn't even on Thomas Markle's bedside? Let's not even go so far, first of all. Let's not go even that far anyway. Let's not go there. First of all, this picture of Thomas Markle with apparently saying that he's having a stroke. Look at him with his head held up high. And Samantha Markle actually said that apparently he's lost feeling towards his left hand. Scammy Samantha claims that the stroke has affected Thomas Markle's left-hand side and that he's left-handed. There is an image of him with his left hand raised up. You can see that. That's very clear, members of the squad. That's very clear. You can see that his hand is fully raised. And it has been reported that he wrote his symptoms down because he couldn't speak. So, members of the squad, you can clearly see these people are just liars. And this is an attempt at repeating what they did, the stunt they pulled before Meghan's wedding to Prince Harry, by claiming that Thomas Markle had a heart attack, which is obviously, clearly, a lie, members of the squad. It was very, very much a lie. A huge, huge lie. And you can see that, members of the squad. No one should ever force you. I mean, look at his head. Fully looking at the camera. Posing for that picture. That shot from the camera. It's disgusting, members of the squad. It's disgusting. Listen, I don't know if it's true or if it's false that if this person had indeed a stroke. But from personally what I'm seeing right now with these pictures, this is not a picture of someone who suffered a stroke. Forgive me for saying this, but I have to be straight with you. This is not a picture of someone who's suffering a stroke. Someone who's suffering a stroke does not pose for a camera. Someone who's suffering a stroke does not immediately get a tabloid to take a picture of him suffering a stroke. Members of the squad, this is an attempt at emotional blackmail. And immediately after this, bogus story came out, remember what Meghan said. Tabloids don't report the news. They create the news. After this came out, they were saying, hey, Meghan might miss coming for the Jubilee. Harry might come back to the UK on his own. Wouldn't the tabloids love that? I mean, that's practically been their dream for quite a long time, right? It's been their dream. I mean, one person even openly admitted and said this, that at the beginning, when Harry and Meghan made the decision to step down as senior members of the royal family, and the royal family gave them that 1-year review, someone said this, that at the beginning, it was hoped that Harry would come back alone without his mixed-race wife or mixed-race children. And immediately after this story about Thomas Markle suffering a stroke came, they were like, Meghan might miss out because of Thomas Markle's alleged stroke, because let's be honest, no one can say it's true. Even TMZ itself, owned by Rupert Murdoch, said this, Thomas Markle might have suffered a stroke. Might. Do you know how much you have to be a liar to the point that even TMZ itself says Thomas Markle might have suffered a stroke on Monday night after he was rushed to hospital by an ambulance? In the UK, what are they doing? Remember, they don't report the news, they create the news. They're saying, hey look, Thomas Markle suffers major stroke days before Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations. That's what the tabloids are saying. And TMZ is saying, might have suffered. Those are key words that one needs to clearly see what's happening. Now, members of the squad, I don't believe that this person had a stroke. I do not believe that one bit. The tabloids have long dreamt of separating Prince Harry from Meghan. That is their biggest dream, to keep Harry away from Meghan, to separate them, to ruin Prince Harry's life. It's not just a matter of separating, it's a matter of destruction. To completely destroy Prince Harry to the point that people no longer even want to tune in to any articles written about Prince Harry, to the point that people only tune into about, articles written about Prince William and Kate Middleton only. They want to destroy them to that level. And it doesn't work despite all these years of those smears. It has not worked. It has failed. And still, they keep on going in time and time again, continuing to heap on abuse after abuse, targeting Prince Harry and Meghan. Now, let me lead an opinion from someone, a member of the squad called Glow, said this. Now, apart from the Queen, another person being weaponized by the British media to try and control Meghan, even when she's no longer a working role, is Thomas Markle. They just cannot try to put this biracial royal by marriage in her place. They will die trying, even by blatant lies. Someone made that particular comment. Someone called Glow, a member of the squad. And members of the squad, what I want to say is this. This is very, very much true. Now they're trying to use Thomas Markle by trying to force an abusive person into Meghan's life. They're trying to force it by force. By force. They want it by force. So bad to have someone on the inside in, Harry and Meghan's life. They desperately want that. They're like, this is the impression that I get. That, hey, Meghan, would you please go and see someone who abuses, insults you, Harry, and certain Lilibet Diana a few days ago by saying that it's shameful that Lilibet's birthday is on the same time as the Queen's Jubilee. Please call your abuser, Meghan. Life is too short. Go to your abuser whom will pay money to insult you. Meghan, please contact this abusive person. He needs you in his life. Please come on. What are you waiting for? Life is too short. I mean, we the tabloids are happy to abuse you, using him, but that's not the point. We need you to accept these abusive people in your life so we the tabloids, can also get in and destroy you, which is what we've been working on for years against you, Meghan. They are so desperate to bring someone abusive towards Prince Harry and Meghan to try and destroy their life. The tabloids are trying to force their way into Harry's and Meghan's life, even trying to plant someone abusive whom they are happy to plaster him abusing Harry and Meghan on their front pages. Imagine, I remember, when Donald Trump and, Piers Morgan they insulted, Harry and Meghan. That's normal. And that's what they normally do. There's like nothing else to talk about. In the UK, they monetized hate for profit against Harry and Meghan. But for Piers Morgan lately, it has not been working. Low ratings, things have not been going well for him, which I must say I'm very, very happy about. And so the tabloids are going to force, first of all, their way into Harry and Meghan's life, even trying to plant someone abusive whom they are happy to plaster him abusing Harry and Meghan on their front pages. But somehow, Harry and Meghan should reach out to their abusers. Wouldn't the tabloids love that? I'm sure they love that so much. Because they were happy to quote Thomas Markle immediately after Donald Trump and Piers Morgan's interview. Thomas Markle towing the tabloid line, the Piers Morgan and Donald Trump line, by agreeing with their words, abusive towards someone he calls a daughter. And then someone is telling Meghan that she needs to go by his bedside. Members of the squad, listen, no one, and I mean no one, even to Meghan right now, I just hope that one day someone tells her this. No one, and I mean no one, should ever force themselves into your life. If someone is toxic, you have a right to cut them off. Protect your peace. Protect your mental health. Protect that at all costs. Those pictures of Prince Harry and Meghan at Polo being so happy must have really, really pissed them off so much, because the narrative, they're losing it. They're losing it. They're losing the narrative. They realize that, and they see that they're losing the narrative. And now it's time for emotional blackmail towards Harry and Meghan. I mean, it's nothing new. I mean, emotional blackmail towards Meghan is nothing new. But for a Carnival of so-called expert to go on national TV to ask Meghan to call people who abuse her husband, Meghan, and even their kids for money, even if you are someone who lacks critical thinking skills, who believes the tabloids, you must know that Meghan would never ever do such a thing. She would never ever do that. I mean, the tabloids will love Harry and Meghan to engage with their abusers. They have been trying to bully them, to force them to engage with them. And it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. Meghan said this in the Oprah interview, that she already accepted that she lost that abusive person who calls himself a father. Meghan already accepted that in the Oprah interview. She already said that she accepts that she's lost him. And no amount of blackmail will make Thomas Markle ever come back into Meghan's life. He has already lost Meghan. I won't even go to the likes of Samantha Markle, who make money from abusing Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Remember Meghan's word in the Oprah interview, first of all. I've lost my father. I've lost a baby. I nearly lost my name. I nearly lost my name. There is the loss of identity, but I'm still standing. But my hope for people in the takeaway from this is to know that there's another side, to know that life is worth living. I lost my father. I lost a baby. I nearly lost my name. Do you hear that, members of the squad? Do you hear that? Those are words directly from Meghan. Meghan has already grieved. As Meghan said, I grieve. And I do grieve a lot. I've lost my father. I've lost a baby. Meghan has already grieved. And she has accepted that she has lost a father. That she has lost a baby. She did lose the baby. And I've always said this, I blame that on the tabloids for what they've been doing to Meghan all these years, for the mental distress that they've caused her, for the bullying, for the racism. I blame the tabloids, and I blame the farm also for Meghan losing her child. They did this to her. And I blame them for that. I've lost my father. I've lost my baby. Meghan has come to terms with that. She's grieved. She's accepted. Thomas Markle hasn't accepted. The UK tabloids think that they can force someone abusive into Meghan's life. And that's just ain't gonna happen. That just ain't gonna happen. And that's why I like to highlight this Meghan's words from the Oprah interview, because they are so significant even to this day. The Oprah interview was very, very much comprehensive. It protected many people, yes. But it also said a lot of things. Now, so Prince Harry said this. Someone called Dr. Zanye said this. Like Harry said, once you show that you are not afraid of the UK news media, you realize that they are the most basic bullies and are not as sophisticated as they would have you believe. And members of the squad, the UK tabloids are just bullies. What they are doing right now is to try and bully Prince Harry and Meghan into submission, which they have failed time and time again. And now they are resorting to emotional blackmail. Because does the father go on national TV or even open a YouTube channel insulting his daughter for money? What kind of person does that, members of the squad? What kind of person does that? That's not a father. That's not a father. No father can do such a thing that Thomas Markle has been doing. Now, someone even said this, that look, see here, a father who uses every platform possible to emotionally abuse and harass his daughter. So, members of the squad, there's something else that I also wanted to talk about in this podcast. Now, Thomas Markle has a YouTube channel dedicated to trashing Prince Harry and Meghan. As a matter of fact, even when they were starting that channel, they were quoting all the hate accounts that were reported by Christopher Bowsey as targeting and inciting hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan. He was quoting them. That is the person that apparently Meghan needs to go by his hospital bedside and speak to. That life is too short. Yes, it's true. Life is too short. It's too short to be miserable. Life is too short to have to bring toxic people into your life. Meghan has 2 children, Archie and Lipitana. Meghan has a husband, Prince Harry. They are her priority. They are her family. That's her family. Meghan has a mom, Doria Ragland. That is her family. That is her priority. Not people who abuse her and cause her severe mental health distress. Think about this. Prince Harry, before the wedding, reached out to Thomas Markle, pleading with him not to talk to the British press. He didn't listen. Meghan even said this, I'm not mad about the paparazzi photos. That's what Prince Harry and Meghan's words, according to the court case that Meghan won against the Daily Mail. It was revealed that Prince Harry texted Thomas Markle saying that Meg and I are not mad about those state paparazzi photos. But please, Thomas, don't give any more interviews with the tabloids. Don't give any more interviews. Please, Thomas. It won't end up well. Thomas Markle refused to listen. Instead, he went to the same people and even went to national TV and said that he actively collaborated with people because they wanted to stop Meghan and Harry's wedding. Think about that. That's the person who apparently they're trying to force Meghan into acknowledging and bringing back into her life so that they can put toxicity into Meghan's life. So that, he can take a picture of little bit Diana and sell it to the Daily Mail for their highest price. That's what Thomas Markle wants. As a matter of fact, also, in this thing that I'm talking about, Harry and Meghan pleaded with them. He pleaded with Thomas Markle. He refused to listen. He did every single thing that he can to have a relationship. Because today I'm hearing, hey, Thomas Markle, Harry and Meghan have never forgiven you for those stage paparazzi photos. Harry and Meghan, in those messages, clearly told Thomas Markle, we are not upset. We just want to help you, want to fix it for you. As a matter of fact, even Meghan, in the Oprah interview, said this, that the palace could find a way to kill the story. In exchange, in the future, they may be forced to, give up pictures of their son to the tabloid to plaster over their front pages. That's the invisible contract. Meghan was willing to do that to protect Thomas Markle. But still, he refused. He chose the tabloids. The tabloids are his family. Thomas Markle, if Thomas Markle wants someone by his bedside, he can ask Samantha Markle. He can ask Thomas Markle Jr. He can also ask the tabloids, the likes of Dan Wootton, to pay for his medical bills. Ask Dan Wootton for the money because he was willing to pay and finance Thomas Markle's trip to the UK, the least they can do is pay his hospital bills. Thomas, that is your family. That is the people you have chosen. You've chosen your bed. Now lie on it, Thomas Markle. You have chosen your bed. You have chosen to incite hate towards someone you call a daughter. You've chosen that side, a side of hate for profit. You've chosen that side. So stick to that price, to that side that you have chosen. Now, members of the squad, in addition to that, also, I want to say this. According to a new report also, the person who does these YouTube videos with Thomas Markle on YouTube and apparently has revealed that he went to Doria Ragland's, the house next to Doria Ragland's house. Meaning that not only are they stalking Meghan, but also they're stalking Doria Ragland, Meghan's mom. Now, allow me to read you this. Now, so members of the squad, as we know, Thomas Markle is sharing a YouTube channel with a press photographer who checked out the house next door to Meghan's mom, Doria, even after his own past run-ins with the paparazzi. His name is Karl Larsen, who took a widely circulated set of photographs of Meghan and Prince Harry. They also together, they ran a YouTube channel dedicated to anti-Harry and Meghan content on YouTube. Apparently, again, Meghan is asked to unite with someone who abuses her at every opportunity that he gets. So Larsen visited the house next door to Meghan's mom, Doria, when it was up for sale, touring the backyard where he suggested he could hear children playing. Do you see just how dangerous it is becoming? Do you see, members of the squad, just how dangerous this hate and smear campaign is becoming? As it has already escalated to huge proportions of dangerous levels. But now this is becoming worse and worse. Let me continue. So Larsen said this, that he did not intend to suggest the children were Sussex children, Archie and Lippet Mountbatten Windsor, and was only joking, that he was joking, members of the squad. That's what he said. Apparently, this is something that he wants to say that, listen, I'm not stalking Harry and Meghan's children. I'm not sure. I was just joking. It may not have been them. He went to a house next to Doria's home. And as a matter of fact, he's even proposing to Thomas Markle in their YouTube channel to buy that house, to be next to Doria. Do you see how disgusting that is? Do you see how disgusting? And that's harassment. That's the definition of harassment, members of the squad. That's the definition of harassment. If that isn't harassment, I don't know what is harassment. If that's not harassment, what is? What's harassment, members of the squad? What's harassment? Now, harassment is defined as aggressive pressure or intimidation. By suggesting that you're going to, for going to a house next to Doria Ragland's, you're harassing that woman. You're intimidating her. You're intimidating Doria Ragland. It's just wrong. This is disgusting. Disgusting. Allow me to continue this report. So, however, the saga has echoes of Thomas Markle's own experiences with the paparazzi in the run-up to Meghan and Harry's royal wedding in 2018. Now, the Duchess of Sussex told Oprah Winfrey in her March 2021 tell-all, they moved into the apartment next door and across from him. And now, Thomas has someone who wants to do the same thing, using Thomas Markle to stand and sit there and live in a house next door to Doria Ragland, whether they can stalk Harry and Meghan and have access to their children. That's just disgusting and intimidation. That's harassment on dangerous levels, members of the squad. To me, this person who works alongside, who does this YouTube channel videos and harasses Meghan, who went to the polo to take a picture of Meghan. First, let me continue before I say more. Let me continue, first of all, with this report. So, Thomas Markle suggested Meghan and Harry may have left their children at home during their visit to the polo. Larsen replied, or they were at Doria's house, because I have some news to tell you about Doria's house. I was just driving by and I noticed that the house next door to Doria was not only for sale for $1.5 million, but they were also having an open house when I drove by, and I thought about you and I, that we could go in together and buy the house next to Doria, and we could also do our show from LA instead of here. And then that way, you will be closer to your grandkids. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. Allow me to continue. He added, the neighbors, have a jacuzzi in the backyard, and I could hear kids playing. There were no kids in the yard I was at, but I could hear kids playing. Larsen said this, I was actually making fun. I didn't hear them archie a little bit. I said I heard kids' noises. To be honest with you, I don't want to start the rumor any further than it is. It was to make the show interesting, actually. In relation to these photos of Meghan at Polo, Larsen said this, and I quote, the polo match was a public event. Everyone was allowed to take pictures, but no one came to take pictures. I wouldn't have put my name on the photo if it was dodgy at all. And members of the squad, it is dodgy. It is dodgy. The same person who incites hate towards Prince Harry and Meghan actually had the audacity and sits next to Thomas Markle. Do you know, first of all, Thomas Markle said in his YouTube channel that it's a shame that little Diana, Prince Harry and Meghan's daughter, having a birthday at the same day as the Queen's Jubilee. Do you know that he actually said that on his YouTube channel? Someone brought that to my attention and actually saw it is true. He said that. This same person that wants to be close to Prince Harry and Meghan's children. It's like Samantha Markle, whose own daughter has accused her of domestic abuse, of apparently recalling the fact that Samantha once grabbed her own daughter by the arm and threw her on the wall. It's like bringing those people next to Harry and Meghan's children, domestic abusers. It's like Thomas Markle Jr., forcing Thomas Markle Jr. actually to be in Harry and Meghan's life. It's like them attempting to, bring Thomas Markle Jr. into Harry and Meghan's life as well. Someone who put a gun on his girlfriend's head. Do you know what I'm talking about, members of the squad? Do you know how serious this issue is? This harassment has already passed dangerous proportions, and we have to let the world know of what is happening. We have to. We can't let them get away with just what they're currently doing right now. And this person, someone who says hate alongside Thomas Markle, goes to a polo event that conveniently Harry and Meghan are there to take a picture of the person, the people they are stalking. This person, Larsen, strikes me as someone who's, an extortionist. Someone who is trying to find a way to extort Prince Harry and Meghan. To at least find a way to make money off of Prince Harry and Meghan. Actually, he already is making money from Prince Harry and Meghan by talking about them in their YouTube channel with Thomas Markle. They are already making money. But I think he's someone who wants more money. And he's using Thomas Markle to find a way to make money off of Harry and Meghan. More money from Harry and Meghan. He's trying to find a way to do that, members of the squad. And it's just so wrong, members of the squad. It's just so wrong. Allow me to continue this report. So Meghan described Thomas' experiences with the paparazzi in CBS in tell-all. Now, there was such an obsession about anything in my world, including tracking down my parents. I did everything I could to protect both of them in that media frenzy. But for over a year, the UK tabloids were trying to find my dad, offering people so much money to try to find his address. And once they did, I remember being told there was a huge headline like, "We found him," or "We've got him." You're talking about someone's father. And from that point, the tabloids, they moved into the apartment next door. And across from him, descended on this small town, which is giving him gifts. Thomas Markle told Good Morning Britain in June 2018 how the paparazzi photographed him in a derogatory light and said that apparently they had taken pictures of him, grabbing a beer. Thomas, all you had to do was listen to Prince Harry and Meghan. That's all you had to do, but you refused. Now, so apparently, on this suggestion that Larsen made Thomas Markle to buy a house next to Doria, Thomas appeared uncomfortable in the segment with Larsen, apparently according to this report, and poked holes in the plan to buy the house next to Doria before changing the subject. However, Larsen said this: the plan would have gone ahead if if Thomas Markle had agreed to it. That's half of a joke. It is not a joke. This is not a joke. Now, this person called Larsen said this: I said it would be great. We could open up a bed and breakfast and have some people that love our YouTube channel come and stay with us. I'm an entrepreneur. Do you see what I'm saying? Entrepreneur. So, but of course, I was joking, but yet if he was full force that wanted to do it, then it would happen. Megan's mother not give interviews and is unlikely to ever go on record to describe her own feelings at the fact a press photographer's friend of her ex-husband was inside the house next door to her own. Members of the squad, let me pause there for a while. Let me pause in this report for a while. Let me just pause there for a while. Members of the squad, this is harassment. This is harassment. This is harassment and intimidation on a huge, large-scale level that is just plain wrong. And the world needs to know exactly what is happening. This is disgusting. Disgusting. People who insult Harry and Meghan are now wanting to buy a house next to Doria to harass the mother now and to check if the kids are there. It's disgusting. It's just disgusting and wrong. It's disgusting and wrong. Now, let me continue. Let me just continue. Now, Meghan described Doria's experiences with paparazzi in an email to this person called Jason No, Prince William's personal employee, and the person who testified against Meghan in court until they lost the match. They lost the case, despite having the Daily Fail and also the Palace helping the Daily Fail. They still lost the case to Meghan. So she said this: I hope all is well. I meant to reach out this weekend to set a time to speak this week, but woke up to some sobering texts from my mom saying she feels unsafe. She added that she wanted to meet, North to discuss a few things and most importantly, figure out some sort of action plan to ensure my mom's safety from the gracious pups. The message was made public through Meghan's lawsuit against UK newspaper, which she won in November 2021. Now, she added in a written statement that these concerns were triggered by the fact that paparazzi had been chasing her, stalking her at her home and work, and endangering her safety while she was driving. And Karl Larsen, Thomas Markle's friend, is doing the exact same thing, endangering the safety of Doria, Meghan, Archie, Lilibet Diana. It's disgusting and despicable. It's despicable, members of the squad. This is harassment, and we have to condemn harassment. Members of the squad, we have to condemn harassment. It's just not right, members of the squad. Now, someone even said this, that if Thomas Markle hadn't slagged off Meghan at every opportunity, including faking a heart attack to get out of her wedding at the last minute, he wouldn't have had to worry about paying his hospital bills. Now, Samantha Markle went on TV, obviously, she always does that, to insult Harry and Meghan. That's normal. That's what she normally does. And the UK tabloids were so happy. As I've said, they're so happy to bring abusive people to insult Harry and Meghan. However, suddenly they act so emotional, saying, hey, Harry and Meghan should contact these people, should have a relationship with people who go on national TV to abuse them. If you have critical thinking skills, if you see what these people are doing, if you see the insults thrown by Samantha Markle, Thomas Markle, towards Harry and Meghan, even you would understand why Harry and Meghan don't engage or talk to these people. Now, someone else said this, so that Thomas Markle knows full well that he is used as a weapon against his own daughter. He does it anyway for money and 3 seconds of his name being in tabloid level news. And someone else said this, that fear is temporary, regret is forever. Overcome your fear. That's why Meghan was able to muster up the courage to cut all these toxic people from her life. So she'll never live a regretful life, but a happy one. And we should all copy that, members of the squad. We should all copy that. Never should any single person ever force you to have a relationship with someone who's toxic or someone who's abusive because they call themselves your parent. Let no one ever force you into that. Let no one ever force you that. Not even the media. Look at what Britney Spears' family they did to Britney Spears. You've heard the story of Britney Spears. Britney Spears, for those who've heard her story. She loved her family, her father, her mom, and they all exploited her. They made her sign a power of attorney over to them to manage her finances. And what did they do? They completely destroyed Britney Spears. They completely destroyed her. And they even paid the tabloids to chase after Britney Spears, to paint her as having, as being mad or crazy. They've done that. And one time, Britney Spears even went to a restaurant to seek refuge from paparazzi that were chasing after her. And instead of the people in the restaurant being accommodative towards her, they took out their phones and started taking pictures of her crying with her child in her arms. Never forget that. And members of the squad, they are so desperate to have Meghan include these toxic people in her life because they want that scenario. Thomas Markle Jr., Samantha Markle, Thomas Markle, they want money. That's what they want to do. They want money. They want access to Meghan's life. They want to be able to exploit Meghan. Actually, they already had exploiting Meghan, but they want an inside. The tabloids will pay them more money if they are inside Harry and Meghan's life, which is what the tabloids are trying to do by this emotional blackmail directed towards Harry and Meghan. And it makes sense because tabloids are abusers and they're trying to force Harry and Meghan to have a relationship with abusers. Because apparently even the tabloids are part of that. And the tabloids, we know, have always wanted a way into Harry and Meghan's life. And they are pissed that they don't have that way in to Harry and Meghan's life. And one should never allow those toxic people, and Harry and Meghan, please, please, and please, keep doing what you're doing. Ignore and stay far away from toxic people like Thomas Markle. And as Meghan said, I've lost a father. I grieve a lot. And I've lost a father. She has accepted that. Meghan has accepted that. And it's time for Thomas Markle and his friends and Samantha Markle to accept that Meghan wants nothing to do with them. They've always been insulting Meghan, calling her all manner of names. I think it's time now they accept that, listen, they've been saying that Meghan is bad, right? Then why are they so desperate to bring Meghan, for Meghan to include them in her life? They're so desperate to have Meghan include Samantha Markle, for instance. Samantha Markle, whose own daughter called her abusive, who has no relationship with her own children. A daughter, one of them, who said that Samantha Markle once grabbed her by the hand and threw her by the wall. That's who the tabloids want Meghan to have a relationship with. Another person, Thomas Markle Jr. The tabloids want someone who put a gun on his girlfriend's head to have a relationship with Meghan, to be near the kids. What happens when someday he wants money from Meghan, if he does enter her life? God forbid. What happens when he wants money and Meghan says she doesn't have any money? What happens? Think about that scenario, members of the squad. And I don't even want to think about it because that's just a disgusting thing to think about, members of the squad. That's just wrong and just evil. Because those people are toxic and they must never ever be allowed anywhere near Prince Harry and Meghan. And he who has critical thinking skills understand that. Even someone said this, Thomas Markle has a whole YouTube channel dedicated to bashing Meghan and Harry, to insulting them. How could any decent parent do that? How is she somehow obligated to reach out to him after years of his targeted abuse? No reasonable person would suggest such a thing, but we all know the tabloids are never ever reasonable. And the tactics never changed. Years ago, the tabloids said that Thomas Markle had suffered, heart attack. That's what the tabloids said. Right before he was to come to the UK. And now they're saying apparently he suffered a stroke now. The tabloid systems, they never ever change, members of the squad. They do not change. They are just the same. And he who can pay, he who has eyes, let him see. Because if you just simply pay attention, you can understand how the tabloids operate. And this is how they operate. They are bigoted, they are bullies, and that's just what the tabloids normally do, members of the squad. No one should ever force you to have a relationship with someone who is abusive. And someone even said this. Also, the fact that Thomas Markle was also due in court. Also, and apparently has suffered a stroke before he had to make an appearance in court. And they're ignoring that Thomas Markle was avoiding a next day court date that will order Thomas Markle's medical discovery of his 2 alleged heart attacks, or dismiss the suit and pay the opposing side's Coleman Reina legal fees. And the tabloids will never show you this, because right now they're throwing the blame towards Meghan. That's their normal target. That's the emotional blackmail that they keep on spewing. But the people who are intelligent will be able to see past exactly what the tabloids are doing. And someone said this, you mean the stroke that supposedly left Thomas Markle speechless? Yet here is Thomas' right elbow bent, propped high in air without any support, and supporting his own right hand under the belly. Loss of speech from the left side of the brain stroke damage includes right side paralysis, and apparently can also lift his left hand, which Samantha also is lying about by saying that he can't do anything with his left hand, when you can see clearly from the picture he can raise his left hand. And someone even said that here's the thing, it doesn't matter whether it was a stunt or not. Meghan says she lost her father. Nothing to do with her anymore. She's done with him. No guilt, no emotion, nothing. She said what she said, and I'm supporting her. She has moved on guilt-free. True, 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 true. And someone said that, is Meghan his only child? Plus, what about all the money he's made from selling his daughter out? Why not use that to fund his medical bills? True. He's made a lot of money from the tabloids, right? Why not use that money to fund his medical bills? And someone said this, that also that just because someone is a blood relative doesn't mean you have to like them or have them in your life. If they bring nothing but negativity, your hatred for Meghan is somewhat alarming. What the tabloids have been doing, they're trying to destroy Meghan for such a long, long time. And they are angry that they have not been able to, time and time again. And seeing Harry and Meghan happy destroys the narrative that they have painted for a long, long time, that they've been trying to paint to that clearly lack of intelligent tabloid readers. It destroyed that narrative, and they're unhappy about that. Those pictures of Harry and Meghan at Polo clearly has pissed them off. And so members of the squad, someone also said that Thomas Markle is more familiar to the tabloids than to Harry and Meghan. So why not the tabloids foot his medical bills? I mean, they have been so happy to pay him to insult Meghan. The least they can do is foot his medical bills. Very true. Again, very, very true. Members of the squad. So they've done. That's what they have done. Thomas Markle apparently had a scheduled court case to appear, and he was a no-show, but he was pictured in Mexico. And TMZ was at the right place at the right time to take a picture of him and strike a pose. That's why they use the words might have had a stroke. Might. That's in itself is very, very much telling. And members of the squad, I think, are ready enough responses. And no one, and I mean no one, Meghan and Harry, should ever force you to bring toxic people into your life. No one, as I end this podcast. You deserve to live a life of peace, joy, and happiness with your kids, Archie and Libertana. You know, you owe nobody anything. Your responsibility is just to your relationship, your kids, your mom, Doria, those who have been there for you in good times and in bad times. No people who abuse you and try to emotionally blackmail themselves into your life. I'm sure that Harry and Meghan have already seen how Thomas Markle behaves. And I'm glad that Harry and Meghan have kept their distance from these toxic people. Now, with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content. And members of the squad, remember one thing. When Meghan suffered suicidal thoughts, Thomas Markle said that he did not believe that Meghan fell suicidal. Remember that. And today we tell Thomas Markle, we also don't believe in one bit or another from someone who is clearly a confirmed liar like Thomas Markle. Someone who lies so many times that he had 2 heart attacks before the wedding and was seen at McDonald's the next day in Mexico or grabbing beers. We don't believe one bit anything that he says. He went to national TV and said that he collaborated with people to destroy his daughter's marriage. He went that on national TV and said that. And that video footage was deleted, but not before the squad grabbed the video and downloaded it. And we have that video, members of the squad. We have that video. And if you would like, I can even look for that video and get you that link. I can get that video for you and get you that link for you to see for yourself of him admitting that he actually collaborated with people to destroy Meghan's marriage. That's not a father, and no one should be obligated to have a relationship with someone who's toxic and dangerous. Now, with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. We don't believe Thomas Markle had a stroke. That's a tabloid, narrative and tabloid story. And Harry and Meghan, to the tabloids, Harry and Meghan will never be separated. They are a family. They are in love. And no amount of weapons that you throw at them will prosper. Harry and Meghan are blessed by God. Their union is blessed. And no amount of smear campaign has been able to destroy them. And this latest stand from the tabloids will just go down the drain. And it's already failing. It's already failed. It's already been debunked. This latest stand is just another lie from the tabloids. And we can see right through them, right through the tabloids and their lies. Now with that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for daily and consistent content, keyword daily and consistent. And stay tuned to our next video. Love your family always and forever. Hello, members of Zesco Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Zesco Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.